Do you ever look at someone and wonder what is going on inside their head?
Ladies and gentlemen, Taylor Swift.
I'm having some panic attack right now. I need to calm the boat down.
The water's fine.
We're all mad here.
I would very much like to be excluded from this narrative.
Hello, if you're new here, welcome to the channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. Yes, that's right, we are going to be ranking the entire discography of the one and only Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift has been releasing music since around 2006, and I've been avidly listening to her music since around 2015. So not only do we have a ton of songs to get through, but I also have a lot to say about these songs. You already know the drill. We're gonna go through every single song, rank them one by one from the very worst to the very best. This is going to take a while, so grab yourself a snack, make yourself comfortable, and enjoy.
Are you ready for it?
But wait, I do have some disclaimers to get out of the way, and the first one is very, very important, which is that this list is purely subjective. I'm not trying to be a music critic here and analyze what her best songs are objectively. This is literally just a list of my least favorite to my most favorite Taylor Swift songs, and an excuse for me to talk about all of them. I feel like with Lana and Ari, I really was just doing it for fun, with no outside opinions attached, but I've been a Swiftie for a long time now. I've seen the online trends, I know which songs are the fan favorites and which ones are the opposite of that. I have a lot of friends with vastly different opinions on her music. The beauty of music is that it's a subjective art, and especially for someone like Taylor Swift, who is so prolific because she's explored so many different genres. This is all in good fun. Don't take anything too seriously. That's all I'm trying to say. I do also want to clarify which songs I'm ranking so there's no confusion. We're going to do the same thing we always do, so I'm not going to rank songs Taylor was featured on. I don't rank unreleased stuff. I mainly use Spotify to just check what songs has Taylor officially released, under her name as her songs. I also don't rank additional remixes of songs, so for example, Karma featuring Ice Spice or Snow on the Beach featuring more Lana Del Rey. Those just kind of rank alongside their original counterparts because they're largely the same song, and this is a good opportunity to briefly talk about Taylor's versions. Obviously, I'm not going to be ranking every single song and their Taylor's version counterpart separately. That would take forever. So when you see a song in this ranking that has a Taylor's version, you can just think of that spot as the idealized version of that song. It's okay to admit that sometimes the Taylor's versions just don't hit as hard as the originals. We still stream Taylor's version, but when I rank a song, just remember I'm ranking it as I remember it, the best version in my head. I will rank State of Grace and Forever and Always acoustic versions because she released those as official songs on studio albums, and I will rank All Too Well and the 10-minute version separately as well. You'll see why when we get there. But yeah, with all that said, I will be ranking every song you can find on her 11 studio albums, along with these songs I'm going to put on the screen, most of which are just from movie soundtracks. And with all that, we do have 243 songs in total, which is a lot. Lastly, I was inspired to make this by watching Julia Cudney's Ranking Every Taylor Swift Song video. I pretty much use the same format as her, where I rank every single song one by one, and I split them up into tiers as we go. Usually I do 6 tiers, but this time actually I'm doing 7 tiers because there are so many songs I felt like having an additional tier was fitting. Also, in an effort to not 100% copy Julia Cudney, I chose different lyrics to name each tier after rather than just using the lyrics that Julia used. I also have very different opinions from her, so it won't be the same list. Okay, I think that's all for disclaimers. I think we're ready to get started. Let's jump right in. I always am a little scared when it comes to the skip tier because this is where all the comments roll in telling me the number of federal crimes I've committed for this ranking, or that I hate fun, or whatever it might be. But I take it all with a grain of salt, and it is genuinely all fun and games to me because it's a ranking, it's not that serious. Swifties, on the other hand, some of y'all scare me. I've seen how aggressive y'all get in the comments of TikTok rankings, so let me say it for the millionth time. These are just my opinions. Just because some guy on the internet tells you a song isn't that good doesn't mean you have to agree. You can like whatever songs you want to like. That being said, I don't like these songs, and I'll do my best to justify why as we go along, but sometimes a song might just not click with me, and that's okay. Keep in mind, Taylor Swift is my favorite artist. I love her discography, probably to an unhealthy degree, and if you want to see me talk on and on about the songs I love, of which there are many, just skip ahead to those tiers. It's just that due to the nature of the ranking, I have to start with the songs here at the bottom. And if your favorite ends up here, I'm sorry, it's just how the cookie crumbles. Okay, let's just get into it. This tier is called It's Time to Go. Well, something had to go in last place, and this song just felt like the right choice. There's a few things that make this kind of hard to listen to. The Target YouTube-y instrumental, the cheesy lyrics. It all feels kind of non-genuine and has this tone of fake happiness that is kind of bothersome to me. This song is plopped into the middle of Rhett as just what she imagined a perfect romance could be. But this concept falls flat here because the whole thing just feels forced. The lyrics here are kind of giving that one scene in Modern Family where Phil is trying to teach Jay how to use the printer.
Command P makes the picture walk, walk, walk.
Hey, Phil, I'm gonna get a beer before I hit you in the head.
Also, after Red Taylor's version, you really cannot justify the presence of Stay 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 in this album when songs like Message in a Bottle or The Very First Night could have very well achieved the happy, upbeat vibes Taylor probably wanted here.
I can fix him, no, really I can.
In my Tortured Poets Department analysis, I compared this song to Stay Stay Stay, and unsurprisingly, they both ended up here at the bottom. The problem with this is not about it failing at the concept, it's trying to be like Stay Stay Stay. It's just really, really boring. I also do think the whole idea of this song is kind of played out already, and I know she was intentionally trying to play into immaturity with this album, but it's done a lot better on songs like Down Bad and But Daddy I Love Him.
This is a state of grace.
State of Grace is an incredible, emotional, transcendent listening experience. The acoustic version takes away all those qualities by taking away the drums, the angst, the anger, and just about everything that makes State of Grace so good. It's harmless but forgettable, as you'll see with a lot of songs in this tier.
Hey Dorothea, do you ever stop and think about me?
I don't know what y'all see in this song. It just really does not click with me at all. I've tried to get myself to like it because I love Evermore so much, but it's just a little too happy-go-lucky for me. And I do think part of it is the whole male perspective thing, which lends itself to this kind of, hey, I screwed you over, but that's okay, we can make it work, right? Kind of song, which I don't really vibe with. I think you can probably guess my least favorite on Folklore for similar reasons.
Unbelievable, said I'm just invisible.
This is probably the most forgettable song on Debut, which, let me talk about her briefly. I compared Taylor's debut album to Yours Truly, which is Ariana Grande's debut album, in my Ariana Grande ranking video, and honestly, I think I'm just gonna play back exactly what I said there.
It had enough strengths to put that artist on the map at that time, and was fitting for the genre and vibe they wanted to be. But after having put out so much more better work since then, it just pales in comparison.
Especially for Taylor Swift, who is most notable for her songwriting. A lot of songs on this album just kind of feel like demos before Fearless, which is the more well-rounded, evolved version of this album. And of course, Debut still has its strengths, it still has some great songs that you will see a lot later on this list, but if you are a hardcore Debut stan, just know it might not get the best treatment in this ranking. Sorry.
Honestly, who are we to fight the alchemy?
Remember when we all thought this song was going to be some deep metaphor about how Joe and Taylor tried but failed to make their relationship work the way alchemists try to form gold from other metals? And then we got an NFL commercial instead. I can understand the appeal of this song. It's catchy, it's wholesome, whatever. But the lyrics are just so heavy on the football references, the whole thing feels weirdly disingenuous. The better version of this song on TTPD is So High School. The reason being it's not blatantly obvious who that song is about, and it's just a hell of a lot more fun.
And you're tied together with a smile, but you're coming undone.
I'm really sorry if you are a stan of this song, but I fully forgot this song existed until I was compiling all the songs in my little spreadsheet to do this ranking. And once I listened again, I remembered it. But yeah, just another one that really isn't memorable to me.
Take it with you and run.
I actually do really like the verses on this song, but the chorus is where the energy really drops and it becomes kind of boring. And when the chorus is the weakest part of your song, the entire thing falls flat. And that is especially the case here. Similar to Run, I really like the verses on this song, but the chorus just takes me out of it. And to this day, I still genuinely have no idea what this song is about. And not in the sense of like who it's about, like genuinely what it's about. I just don't get it. Maybe that's just my little brain not being able to comprehend what's going on. And a song doesn't have to make perfect sense to me for me to like it, but it's not really helping the song's case that I just don't vibe with it.
That's when I wake up in the morning. That's when it's sunny or storming.
I will usually skip this song once Keith Urban comes in. The verses are nice, the chorus is charming, but I feel like after the first chorus, I've kind of heard all I wanted to. I know a lot of people really like this one, and I'm going to probably have to say that about every single song in the entire list that isn't in the top 50 to try to justify why it's there. Why did I do this?
The water's rough, but this love is ours.
I think the overdone cutesiness that I complained about earlier with Stay 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 is actually done quite well in this song, but I just cannot get behind this message anymore, knowing the song is most likely about John Mayer. Like, girl, maybe everyone is telling you your relationship is a red flag, because it is. This song doesn't necessarily deserve to be this low, and once again, just because a song has a history to it that maybe I don't like that much, that doesn't immediately make it a bad song. Songs are songs, they can be entirely separate from the people they're about, but sometimes it does kind of ruin the experience, and I think that's the case with this one.
Because these things will change. Can you feel it now?
I love the opening guitar on this one. It's very powerful, it's very energetic. I'll let it play for that much, maybe for a little bit longer, but overall the song is really generic, so I can vibe with it occasionally, but largely I kind of forget about it, and as the song progresses, it loses its charm pretty quickly.
Stay in bed the whole weekend. It's nice to have a friend.
Same exact thing as Change. I really like the concept of this one. I love the production. It's very folklory, you know. I bop for a little bit, but then the song just repeats itself and I get kind of bored. This song feels a lot more like an interlude as well than an actual song, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I think that's why I feel like it's the most forgettable on Lover.
Only the young can run.
I understand the purpose the song served within the Miss Americana documentary and what it was doing for her at that time, but I rarely listen to it. I guess I would consider it a slightly better version of Change.
She's the kind of book that you can't put down.
I wanted to rank this one higher for the piano. The production in general is really nice on this song, but at the same time, it also feels a little bit repetitive to me, and after a while, I kind of get bored. You can see I'm starting to repeat myself here with these songs. I enjoy parts, I probably liked them at some point, but ultimately, if a song doesn't hold my attention all the way through, I consider it a skip. Especially in Taylor's discography, where she has so many amazing songs. Why would I listen to these when I can listen to those?
So don't look at me, you got a girl at home and everybody knows that.
People were so hyped up when Taylor's version came out and she made it more like hyperpop so people would finally pay attention to it. Guess what? It's still not very good. In fact, I low-key prefer the country version.
And I'm only me when I'm with you.
I'm so sorry, debut stans. This is the last skip for me on the album, I promise. This is just another one that I think is kind of boring. The beat goes kind of crazy at times, though, I do have to admit. The next few songs are typically considered fan favorites, so I'm entering very treacherous territory by including them in the skip tier. But alas, this is where we made it. Alright, here we go.
I like shiny things, but I'd marry you with paper rings on.
Guys, I have a confession to make. I don't like paper rings. I always struggle to find a way to explain why I don't really like this song that much, because literally every single Swiftie I know and their mother loves this song. I could say it's the overly done happy-go-lucky cutesy vibes that I complained about earlier, but with this song it's not like it's written poorly or it's sung poorly. The whole concept of the song works great and she's doing it right. It just doesn't click with me, I guess. To a degree, the whole song does feel kind of forced to me, especially looking back after everything we know now. This song to me is less wholesome and more like a cry for help. I really like the key change in the bridge, and the final chorus can be a ton of fun, but I think it's really the verses on this song that kind of bore me to the point where I'd just rather listen to something else. I will 100% admit, this song deserves to be higher, but as I said before, this is not an objective ranking. This is my ranking, and this is where it ended up.
But if I just showed up at your party, would you have me? Would you want me?
I saw a TikTok comment once that said, "I love Taylor, but boy POV and harmonica ain't for me," or something like that. And I think that perfectly describes my issue with this song. Again, it's hard to explain. I think it's similar to Dorothea though, where it's very like, forget all that drama I caused you, it's okay, let's just kiss and make up. Like, you listen to Cardigan, and then you listen to August, and then you get to this song and you're like, what is this man on? I don't know, it just doesn't work for me. I listened to Midnights for the first time with a group of friends, and I explicitly remember when the chorus started and she sang, "Karma is my boyfriend," we all looked at each other like, oh, this is the song we're getting? This is the highly anticipated Karma. At first I really tried to force myself to like the song, mainly because I claimed it when I first saw the full Midnight's tracklist, but over time I began to realize the song for what it is. A generic pop song, and there's nothing wrong with that, like seriously. But when the Midnight's concept is all about these genuine, vulnerable, dark thoughts in the middle of the night, this just didn't feel up to par. I do understand how it fits into the album and, you know, why she has this song, but yeah, part of me is a bit disappointed at the same time. We had been building up Karma for so long, but whatever. Okay, that's it. I swear we are done with the skips. If you're still with me, welcome to tier number 6, the songs that I like. These are songs that are nice for the background. They're ambient. We are still low in the ranks, but I have a good time with these songs. I don't have as much to say about these, so you will just see a sentence on the screen with my thoughts. I don't want this video to go on forever, especially because I have a lot more to say about songs that are ranked higher, so I really forced myself to just keep it to a sentence for each of these songs. I know there's going to be some fan favorites in here. I'm going to have to say that for every single tier because every Taylor Swift song has at least a few people who love that song and would die for that song. So if they're here, I'm sorry again, but I fully acknowledge that these are good songs. I like them. This tier is called You're Doing Cool Shit.
You need to hear me out, and they said speak now. 'Cause if I was a man, then I'd be the man. I'd be the man. No one else. I can't help myself. Who's afraid of little old me? If you love like that, blood run, 'cause baby, now we got trying to find a place in this world. I don't need your closure, your closure. All that you ever wanted from me was sweet nothing. I promise that you'll never find another like me.
I can't even say it with a straight face.
This is why we can't have nice things. That you'll come in with the rain. You need to calm down unless you wanna come along. You're so gorgeous. Boys and boys and girls, welcome to New York. Back up, baby, back up. Please back up. I know places we can hide. You're still an innocent. Or for innocence, I'm on my vigilante shit again. But at least you have beautiful ghosts. Just don't go. Maybe in the afterglow. I think there's been a glitch. You look like Clarabelle. Haven't decided yet, but I'm gonna get you back. 'Cause I can see you waiting down the harbor. And I said, oh my, what a marvelous tune. It was the best night. My boy only breaks his favorite toys, but you dream of some epiphany. Forever winter if you go. Wondering if I dodged a bullet or just lost the love of my life. Do bad things with you, so it goes. And who's gonna love you like me? You're 15, somebody tells you they love you, and all you're ever gonna be is mean. I forgot that you existed. Let the only flashing lights be the tower at midnight in my mind. This life is sweeter than fiction. Every time I don't, I almost do. And we still want me when I'm nothing new. Even if we'd met on a crowded street in 1944, you will never learn your lesson, foolish one. I wanna teach you how forever feels at the girls, yeah. 'Cause the players wanna play, 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 play. last great American dynasty. Well, can you feel this magic in the air? It must have been the way you kissed me. But it would have been fun if you would have been the one. You're in love, true love. Don't go. Long story short, it was the wrong guy. Now I'm all about you. As far as I'm concerned, you're just another picture to burn. Uh-oh. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22.
Moving right along to tier number 5, the songs I really like. We are reaching a point where I'm starting to have stronger feelings about these songs. They have a charm or addictive quality about them. And for these songs, I will start to chime in again if I have more thoughts to say about them, or you'll just see my thoughts on the screen. This tier is called Put Narcotics Into All of My Songs.
It's me. Hi, I'm the problem, it's me.
I enjoyed this song more than I like to admit. These lyrics do cut deep and they explore all these insecurities as Taylor said she wanted to do with this song, but the chorus does feel like it was kinda made for a TikTok trend, which it ended up becoming, but ultimately it is still really catchy. I mean, it worked. This was like her first big radio single after Folklore and Evermore, and she did the thing with it.
But I know I had the best day with you today. And when you're close, I feel like coming undone in the middle of the night. Way to go, tiger.
I get why this song didn't click for a lot of people. I saw it at the bottom of pretty much everyone's TTPD rankings when the album first came out, but I don't know, I vibe with it a lot. This is very reminiscent of Seven from Folklore, which is a song I adore, and it has the same youthful charm to it that I really like. It's all about the joys of being a carefree little kid, and here we see it from the perspective of someone older, which I think is really beautiful.
You belong with me. You belong with me. The light, and I tell you now you're the lucky one. I've never been on the outside. I know since yesterday is everything has changed. I've still got you all over me.
Give this song its flowers. I get it if you don't care for it as much as others, but this has some of her best storytelling to me, and I'm just gonna say it right now, The Fearless Vault is so underrated. I really like The Fearless Vault. I think it has some incredible writing, and this is an example of that.
You could call me babe for the weekend. 'Tis a damn season right this time. And I know that you see what you're doing to me. Tell me why.
'Cause she's dead.
Oh, look what you made me do. Look what you made me do.
I had to chime in for this one because yes, I am a Look What You Made Me Do stan. I just have a lot of fond nostalgia with this song. This is the first big single drop I was around to experience as a Taylor Swift fan. I became a fan during the 1989 era, and the Reputation era was my first experience of like a full era in its entirety. So this song honestly just holds kind of a special place in my heart, even though it is Look What You Made Me Do. I think more than anything, I just have a lot of memories of having to defend this song because yeah, no one liked this release when it first came out, but now I think it has had some redemption among Swifties, which is nice.
I loved you from the very first day I watched Superman fly away.
I will never understand how this ends up at the bottom of everyone's Speak Now rankings. This is just so much fun. I know I sound really inconsistent because I had a lot of quote-unquote fun songs ranked in the skip tier, whereas now I'm trying to justify these songs up here by just saying that they're fun. But I don't know, it's a different kind of fun to me that works a lot better. That's just personal preference.
And I bet you think about me. Behind her back, her best mates laughed, and they nicknamed her the Bolter. Around, you make me crazier, crazier. Hands in the hair of somebody in darkness, named Chloe or Sam or Sophia or Marcus. We found Wonderland, you and I got lost in it. Dear reader, if it feels like a trap, you're already in one. The rupees that I gave up, and I lost you.
Her mashing up this song with Cornelia Street as a surprise song, are you kidding me? That is just devastating. She's not even trying to hide it anymore. She literally sings in the mashup she created. She goes from I Hope I Never Lose You to And I Lost You. I will never get over this breakup, honestly.
Now go stand in the corner and think about what you did.
Light as whispers, Caroline. No. Come on, baby, with me. We're gonna fly away from here.
It was difficult to rank this just because Ronan really is more of a tribute than anything else. I was contemplating even including it, but since she did put it on Red Taylor's version, I figured I should. It's beautiful. I don't need to explain why. Let's just move right along.
Just try to never grow up.
Is it bad of me to say I slightly prefer the Sugarland version? Don't get me wrong, this version is great, and I like the addition of What About Your Promises, Promises, but there's something about her voice playing off of Sugarland's voice that adds a level of anger and betrayal to this song, which is what the whole thing's really about. Also, this music video is so mesmerizing. I need more of Redhead Taylor, please.
And he says, our song is a slam and scream doors.
Can you believe she wrote this as a high school freshman? Cause I cannot. Anyways, I know this is everyone's favorite on debut. I have others that are higher and you're gonna be like, what? What? I do really enjoy this song, but sometimes it kind of teeters towards that overly cutesy thing. But at the end of the day, it's the writing that saves the song for me. It's very genuine, it's very heartfelt, which I do really like.
This love came back to me. Oh, I'm falling in love. Oh no.
Tier number 4 consists of songs that I love. I would consider everything from here on out to be my favorites on their respective albums, which is still a lot of songs, if that goes to show how much I love Taylor's music. This tier is called I Polish Up Real Nice.
'Cause I'ma stay through it all, so jump and fall. And for a fortnight there we were forever.
This is a really well-told song, using these really interesting metaphors to explore themes of depression, grief, insanity, confinement, so many different things at once. I think it's very multifaceted. I do think, though, that Fresh Out the Slammer or Florida or even But Daddy I Love Him would have made for a better lead single, though, because those are a bit more energetic, but as an album opener and just even as a standalone song, it's great.
I didn't come here to make friends. We were born to be suburban. I look in people's windows like I'm some deranged weirdo. All along there was some invisible string.
I'm gonna put my literary cap on for a second, but has anyone else drawn a parallel between the line, "Isn't it just so pretty to think," to that sentence in The Sun Also Rises by Hemingway, where, I forgot her name, like Betty or whatever, it's like, isn't it just so pretty to think that our relationship would have worked? But it didn't, and that's the end of that book. I don't think this song is like as happy-go-lucky as it's made out to be. I feel like there's subtle hints like that that make it a little darker, a little more sinister, but I don't know, I could be crazy. Okay, so I actually did a little research while editing, and I found this thing on Reddit. Yes, I know, I don't want to hear it. That actually connected The Sun Also Rises more so to The One, and just kind of the scenery being similar, which makes a lot of sense, but also points out this parallel that I found as well. And thinking about the fact that she replaced Invisible String with The One, maybe the two songs were connected the whole time? I don't know.
Scream thank you, Amy, to the night sky and the stars are stunning. My house of stone, your ivy grows, and now I'm covered.
I'm not sure if y'all are gonna be mad that this didn't rank super high. I feel like I have to say that about like every other song, but especially this one. I know a lot of people consider this like one of her best. It's an amazing song, don't get me wrong. I really, really like it. Alright, I think we are overdue for our first I'm tired of commentary, so enjoy these songs as they are moment of the video. We're gonna have 3 of these throughout the video. This is the first one, and I'm gonna give you 5 songs instead of 3 like I usually do because there are so many songs in this list. Goddamn.
Your midnights, but I'll be cleaning up bottles with you on New Year's Day. So take me away. Oh, my love is a lie. Shit, my friends say to get me by, and it was like slow motion. You're a cowboy like me. Never wanted love.
I really wanted to rank this higher because this song is honestly one of her most unique and it's so beautifully crafted. I guess I just prefer listening to 124 other songs. Oh my god, saying that number out loud just puts into perspective how much more we have left. Oh, why did I do this?
All about this dress so you could take it off. Take it off.
I distinctly remember my first time listening to this song was the first time I felt truly scandalized by Taylor Swift. I mean, this was really her first song that was like very explicitly about being physical, but even then it's still a love song. It still explores commitment. And also I was 13 when I first heard this, so. This song is so Saltburn coded. I mean, falling back into the hedge maze, oh what a way to die. Oliver kills Felix in the hedge maze. Without ever touching his skin, how can I be guilty of sin? Oliver never actually is physical or does anything with Felix, but still feels him in a variety of ways, if you know what I'm talking about. And of course, he kills him and is thus guilty of sin. The grave lyric, the grave scene. Do I need to say more?
No, nobody, no crime. I wasn't letting up until the day. Now that we don't talk, I told my mom, she said that it was for the best. And that's how it works, that's how you get the girl. And the story of us looks a lot like a tragedy now. Stay beautiful.
Don't You was actually probably my favorite at first of the Vault songs, and it's not anymore, but it still remains a really, really good song to me. I mean, the double entendre of the titular lyrics saying, don't you play nice with me when I still have feelings for you, but also why don't you still have feelings for me? It's the perfect mix between heartache and anger, which I just love. The lyrics on this song are honestly some of her best. I especially love Holy Orange Bottles, Each Night I Pray to You, Desperate People Find Faith, So Now I Pray to Jesus Too. That is such a beautiful couplet right there that really lays out a lot of the desperation underlying this song. Honestly, if this was more of an objective ranking, I would have put this way higher. I just kind of struggled to listen to it, so it just ended up here. I think it's interesting that after the Tortured Poets Department and everything that happened, people are now reanalyzing this track as Taylor denying to herself that she wants to get married and she's fine in this fictional haze of love, when in reality she did want to get married and seal the deal. Regardless, the song is great, obviously a really strong opener to Midnight. Finishing out the Fearless Vault, we have We Were Happy. Honestly, I did not expect to put this high at first, but I feel like I'm whisked away to this little farm life romance she's singing about every time I listen to it. Especially at the end when she sings You Were Gonna Marry Me. Like, I don't know, that just makes me so sad. I feel like the potency of these lyrics is comparable to a modern track like LOML or How Did It End. It's not quite as good as those songs, but I think it gets at a similar feeling. Like I mentioned earlier, I think this song handles double standards a little better than The Man, which is interesting because it's so stripped back and part of Folklore, which is an album about folk songs and storytelling, yet this song weaves in things about the press and low-key digs at Kim Kardashian. Also, I can't get over the fact that she said she heard this track from Aaron Dessner and immediately thought of Female Rage. Like, that is perfect. And you come away with a great little story of a mess of a dreamer with the nerve to adore you. She wrote this for her debut album. Are you kidding me? This might be the biggest character assassination out of any song in her discography. If someone wrote these lyrics about me, I would simply evaporate off this earth because what did you do to make someone this mad? I really like how this song closes out kind of the heartbreak story of the Tortured Poets Department main album. In fact, speaking of heartbreaking songs on that album,
I was hitting my marks, 'cause I can do it with a broken heart. The other side of the door with your face in the beautiful eyes and the conversation with the little white lies.
I once made a mashup of this song and Bad Boy by Red Velvet. I don't know who wanted to hear that, but I thought it was kind of clever. If I can find it, maybe I'll throw in a clip. Anyways, yeah, I'm glad this song kind of got a revival when Taylor's version came out because I also did not really pay much attention to it until said revival, and now I love it.
I just wanted you to know that this is me trying. I miss you. I wish I could fly. London boy, I enjoy walking Soho. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. You were bigger than the whole sky.
One of the reasons I love this song is the ambiguity of the message. The lyricism doesn't spell out a story very clearly to the listener. Instead, it just shows you what it's like to grieve. Lyrics like "Salt streams out of my eyes and into my ears" to show crying while lying down. "Did some bird flap its wings over in Asia" to show the shock of losing someone for seemingly no reason. People have speculated various things this song could be about, but I like that Taylor hasn't ever really explicitly said what it's about and leaves it up to this vast interpretation.
Your faithless love's the only hoax I believe in. Here's the truth from my red lips. I wanna be your endgame. You don't have to go anymore. All I know is this could either break my heart or bring it back to life.
When I first listened to the Speak Now Vault, this was actually my favorite song from the Vault. And then I went online and I saw everyone and their mother bashing on this song. And for what? This song is so fun, especially after y'all begged for a Taylor Swift Fall Out Boy collab. I don't know what else y'all expected. This to me sounds exactly like what a collab between those two would sound like. And I thought this did the job great. It's so fun. It's so energetic. I love it.
Off the road, hey, all you had to do was stay. And you wanna scream, don't call me kid, don't call me baby. You can be the one that I love. And all at once you are the one I have been waiting for. King of my heart, you're losing me. Star, 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 you're losing me.
The day I learned that she wrote this in 2021, a part of me died. A part of me lost all my faith in love. This song is so good. It's probably one of the best songs ever written about a failing relationship. It just lays out the story so perfectly. Every single lyric cuts deep.
Now and then she rereads the manuscript.
This song is a brilliant closer to the anthology, combing back the relationships she's been in the past and then ending on a note of triumph around her career as a songwriter and performer and how she's been through all these things, but now she gets to share those stories with the world through her music. And even outside of what it stands for, I love this song. The piano is just kind of heartbreaking to me on its own, and then she adds in these violins and these synths as well in the bridge, which just makes it so good.
Where we gonna go? Just not get up, I might stay down, but I got
That completes the I Polish Up Real Nice tier. Now this is really where the additional tier comes in. Usually I'd find a way to jump from songs I love to songs I'd consider masterpieces, but with Taylor I felt like there was one more level in between those. So this tier consists of songs that are near perfect to me. They hold more special meaning and enjoyment to me than the previous tier. They resonate with me. I love these songs a lot. Hence this tier is called But Daddy, I Love Him. I will never understand why this was not chosen to be on the main 1989 album. Not only is this just incredibly fun and catchy, but it feels like the 1989 era is so perfectly encapsulated into a song. It touches on heartbreak and loss, but also focuses on the positive side, coming out stronger and embracing glamour, which is what this era is all about.
When it's time to go, sometimes giving up is the strong thing.
I love how she subtly references the whole situation with Scott Borchetta, while simultaneously delivering a very real and grounded message on knowing when something isn't working and not letting missteps in your life bring you down. It's so well done.
To hang on superstar.
I will add this to the list of criminally underrated Taylor songs that continue to be at the bottom of people's rankings even though they don't deserve that. Maybe I love this song because I have a bad habit of developing unhealthy crushes on unattainable people, and that's what this song is about. Or maybe it's the fact that this is an amazing song that no one recognizes except me. It's catchy, it's longing in a way that makes me feel like I've lost the love of my life. It's really good, guys.
Would it be enough if I could never give you peace?
Now with what we know about Joe and Taylor, this song is kinda devastating. It's similar to Cornelia Street in that it's so heartfelt and honest, and shows Taylor really diving into her own insecurities about this relationship at a time when she was really happy and stable in it. But even with that stability and devotion, she still is scared, and she shows that really beautifully in this song. It also feels exactly like the kind of song you sit by the fire and listen to, exactly like Folklore.
Forgive me, Peter, my lost fearless leader, in closets like cedar.
I love how she pretty much took the Peter losing Wendy line from Cardigan and turned that into its own song. You'll see later on this list, but I absolutely adore Cardigan, and this song feels like another element of that story, and it has the same charm as Cardigan to me, especially that bridge which just really lays out the whole thing so beautifully.
Do I really have to tell you how he brought me back to life? Infidelity.
When I learned this was about Calvin Harris and April 29th was the day that This Is What You Came For released, honestly, that day changed me fundamentally. I'm being dramatic, but seriously, I still cannot get over how bold this song is. Like, literally admitting that he was boring AF and not good enough for her. It's dark and sinister, but it's also kind of vengeful at the same time. It's just great in every way. Honestly, this song deserves more appreciation.
Come back, come back, come back to me like you would if this was a movie.
I remember once when I felt tension with a friend, I felt like I had upset him in some way. I listened to this song in the car as I was driving, and maybe I cried a little bit, I don't know. But I think that's really when this song finally clicked for me, and now it's one of my favorites.
Crestfallen on the land in champagne problems.
I know, this is everyone's favorite on Evermore. This is what everyone considers like her best written song. I get it. I still love this song so much. I still think it's really beautiful and really well told. But Evermore is also just a really, really good album. And I do think there are 7 songs on this album that are a little bit better.
We must know. How did it end?
Once again, similar to Don't You, I love how the titular line of this song has a double meaning within it. The song explores how Taylor wishes she herself could know how this relationship ended for her own closure and sanity, while simultaneously battling people around her wanting to know the same thing for their own entertainment. It's brilliant and just absolutely heart-wrenching in that way.
What's with that bitch? Don't call me that. Y'all.
You should have said no. You should have gone home. You should have thought twice before you let it all go. I'm the albatross. I swept in at the rescue. The more that you say, the less I know. Wherever you stray, I follow. I don't like a gold rush. Let me stand, be alive. Can't breathe whenever you're gone. Can't turn back. Now I'm haunted. So they killed Cassandra first, cause she feared the worst.
To me, this is Taylor's best song about the whole Kim Kanye situation from 2016. She has a few, and I guess I Did Something Bad somewhat addresses it, but this song to me really dives into the entire situation best and lays out not just the anger of the whole thing, but also the true pain it caused her, and why even to this day she is still writing songs about it. Some of y'all don't realize how this genuinely almost shattered her entire career. Again, I became a fan in 2015, 2016 when all this was going on, when the Taylor hate train was at its absolute peak. I mean, what's going on right now is nothing compared to that. And this song tells that story of what Taylor was going through so beautifully through the lens of Cassandra, a woman from Greek mythology who is never believed. It's just done so well. I wish Hayley Williams got to do a little more because her voice adds so much here, but it's still amazing regardless. All the layered vocals in the bridge give Safe and Sound vibes, and it's so good.
Take me to the lakes where all the poets went to die. I don't belong.
Is it romantic how all my elegies eulogize me? A red rose grew up out of ice-frozen ground, with no one around to tweet it. I've come too far to watch some name-dropping sleaze tell me what are my words worth. The pen, you guys, the pen. So good.
Was it over then? And is it over now?
I think it's kind of funny how after 1989 Taylor's version came out, everyone claimed this as like her best song ever, and then everyone stopped talking about it. It is still, of course, an incredible track, and it's really the production that sells it. It's loud at just the right moments and really shows the tension and angst of this song.
That it's nice to believe when you think timber.
For being her very first single ever, this has stood the test of time and is a powerhouse to this day. I really hope years from now, some new artist writes a song called Taylor Swift with the same premise as their debut single. I think that would be very full circle for her.
Long live the walls we crashed through.
Did y'all see those videos circulating online of that one Eras Tour show where fireworks were playing during this song and like at just the right lyrics? Yeah, that was my show. I guess I'm the chosen one. Seriously, seeing that live was actually insane, and so is listening to this song.
Fresh out the slammer. Camera flashes, welcome bashes.
I so badly want her to make a music video for this song. It perfectly explains how she felt trapped in one relationship, and once she finally broke out of that, she ran to the first guy on her mind, and that sparked this wild, messy, unhinged situationship that ended in flames. But this song perfectly explains why she did that, and sets up why so much of the Tortured Poets Department era is about that short-lived crazy situationship. Sonically, it's also so fresh and hooky. It has this mesh of like country and synth, which I absolutely love so much.
Are we falling like snow at the beach? We're fucking beautiful.
While I do mildly resent the fact that the more Lana version was just done on the side, with Karma featuring Ice Spice, most likely as a way to appease fans when she was under heat for dating Matty Healy, Lana's added verse is just so amazing that I really can't be that mad. Plus, I don't only like the more Lana version, I have loved this song ever since it was on the original Midnights, because you can feel Lana's influence on the song even on the original. It's mellow, but it has the right amount of energy at the right times. The story is so beautifully told. I mean, Weird But Fucking Beautiful is straight out of Lana's book. It's just a perfect way that Lana and Taylor came together. It's dreamy, it's nostalgic, I just love it.
Wish you were right here, right now. It's all good. I wish you were. I hit my peak at 7 feet.
I think this was my favorite on Folklore at first. It's so lovely, it's so nostalgic. It made me feel so full inside. I don't really know how to describe it. It has fallen from being my favorite, but it's just beautiful. I don't really have much to say about it. Yes, I put this at number 2 on debut and this high in the list. If this song beat out your fave, I'm not going to apologize. This song is amazing and does not get nearly enough credit. Taylor has written a lot of amazing love songs, but honestly, this has to be one of my favorites. Like, this is a song I would have played at my wedding. The way the story flows from each verse and chorus to the next and just lays out this entire love story from start to finish, it just makes me want to fall in love every time I listen to it.
Let me hold on to you. I've been the archer.
This is my go-to song within Taylor's discography when I want to cry. so that's great. The Archer is literally the feeling of anxiety turned into a song. And if you get it, you get it. And if you don't, honestly, I feel kind of lucky for you because this song just wrecks me every single time I listen to it. There's something about the way the beat kicks in after the second chorus, into the repetition of "they see right through me," into "I see right through me." Like, this song fucks me up on a whole new level. And honestly, sometimes I need that in my life. Sometimes I need to just sit down and cry about my anxiety, and this song is there for me when I need to do that.
It's been a long time coming, but it's you and me, that's my whole world.
I honestly don't care too much for the way this song weaves in political commentary. I honestly think it's just hella catchy and the production is so addicting. I could listen to this song on repeat. When I think of classic breakup songs in Taylor's discography, this is definitely one of the first that I think of. Yes, during the Red era, Taylor unfairly got a reputation for only writing breakup songs, but damn does she write some good breakup songs.
And I can't breathe without you.
I think this is the third song on Fearless that I have said is criminally underrated, but let me say it again. This song is underrated. She turned a fight with a friend into such a powerful, dramatic ballad, and it hits me every time. Like, the bridge on this is perfection. It just had to be up here.
This slow pace, treacherous. I like it.
This song is the more evolved version of I Knew You Were Trouble. It builds tension so perfectly, showing this relationship that she knows is a bad idea, but she's gonna jump into it anyways. Moving up to tier number 2. From this point on, we have songs that I would consider to be masterpieces. These are 10 out of 10s. This is Taylor's best work right here. We are entering the big leagues, alright? You can't say a song isn't ranked high enough anymore. I mean, you can, but trust me, everything from here on out are my all-time favorite songs, and the number assigned to each is really just where it landed up, but all these songs are incredible. I say this because I literally got a comment on my last video saying Bad Idea deserved better. Did I not have it in like the top 10? Anyways, this tier is called I Don't Know How It Gets Better Than This.
And if you call me, you know it might be worth it for.
A lot of people were so dead set on this song being like super pop and badass when she announced the title, and then everyone immediately dismissed it when it turned out to be more dreamy and romantic, and that makes me sad because honestly, I think this song is perfect. If you love Cruel Summer, if you love Wildest Dreams, if you love Snow on the Beach, you should love this song. They're all tragic love stories told to these dreamy synthy instrumentals, and I really cannot get enough. Speaking of Cruel Summer, has anyone noticed this song would fit perfectly into Lover? Like, I totally understand why she chose Blank Space over this for 1989, but I'm surprised she didn't put it on Lover because not only does it sound a lot like the production on Lover, but lyrically, it fits the helpless romantic vibe of the album while also containing subtle political messages that she was going for in this era. Like, it would have been perfect. I'm surprised she got away with putting this on Lover because this song is literally about a relationship that is failing but is kept alive solely through the physical side of it. Like, the red flags. Anyways, this song is so powerful in that message, along with this synthy, sexy production. She needs to do more R&B songs like this, please.
Gone with any trace of you, I think I am finally clean.
I feel like I finally understood this song when I got over a relationship myself and could really understand and relate to the lyrics. The metaphors are kind of complex and interesting, but it all ties back into this idea of finally realizing that you're over something, you're done grieving, and you can start fresh. And this song really nicely shows all sides of that. One of my favorite parts is the second verse, which shows how there can be anger and frustration in moving on and being done with something and not really knowing where to go next. But as the rain comes down, there's hope in knowing that you are finally able to start a new chapter for yourself.
I'm on a bench in Coney Island, wondering where did my baby go?
I know people have speculated that the bridge of this song hints at various relationships of hers and mistakes that were made in each of those from the two perspectives, being her and the male vocalist. And I really just love that. The collabs on Folklore and Evermore really just hit different. The duetting is so beautiful, like goddamn.
Take my hand and drag me head first, fearless.
I think to me this song really is the epitome of the evolved country sound in Fearless. Of course, you know, it is the title track, so that makes sense. But when you listen to this song as the first song on the album, you can immediately feel the evolution from debut. You can feel the refinement. I need to take a moment to rant here because what was going on with Taylor's version of this song? Everyone makes fun of Style. Taylor's version is like the worst re-recording of hers ever. And yeah, that one does have its problems too. But this one was worse in my opinion. There's weird choices in the production with the post-chorus, and the harmonies at the end just don't really pop as much. Of course, the song is still really good. All of this to say that, for me, Out of the Woods is so special because of its production. Max Martin, as we all know, is a genius of pop music, and the production on this song is just immaculate, so beautiful, so energetic.
Call it what you want, yeah, call it what you want to.
There are a ton of love songs from the Reputation and Lover era that did not exactly age well and that a lot of people point out as like really sad to listen to now. But for me, Call It What You Want is really the saddest of them all. Like, if you've seen the video of her playing this on the guitar for Joe and mouthing I love you in the middle, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This hurts so much now, but it's still a really good song, of course.
She is the best thing that's ever been mine.
You Made a Rebel of a Careless Man's Careful Daughter is easily top 10 Taylor Swift lyrics, and the way she sings it just hits my brain right, similar to I Wish I Could Fly from The Very First Night. It's the way the backing vocals are on that lyric, it's just so good.
I go back to December all the time.
This feels like a classic within Taylor's discography that I don't really need to explain. It had to be up here. It's the perfect breakup song, honestly.
I loved this place for so long.
When I first heard this song, it immediately resonated similar energy to Tolerate It. The pounding drum, the bridge with like the layered octave vocals, the outro just really hamming up the production and the message. This song is just a tour de force of a track 5. It takes my breath away every time I listen because it feels like I'm living through this breakup myself, and God, it hurts so much. I mean, I died on the altar waiting for the proof. She literally called a 6-year relationship a moment of warm sun. I'm actually gonna go cry.
Mirror ball, I'll show you every version.
I kind of wish she did more songs with this concept because I think it's really powerful to hear Taylor talk about her experience as a performer, especially throughout quarantine, and feeling like she always needs to be showing her best and on her tallest tiptoes even when no one is looking. This concept has been done in other songs of hers, but I think it's best realized here, and it's of course a masterpiece.
But on a Wednesday in a cafe, I watched it begin again.
When I first got a ukulele, I think this is the first song I learned how to play on it. It's one of my favorite songs to sing along to, the chords are beautiful. I see this as a really nice way to end Red on an optimistic note. That love can hurt, it can burn, it can feel like this endless cycle, but when it starts back up again, there's that glimmer of hope, there's that light at the end of the tunnel. It's kind of like Daylight in that regard.
Watch as you signed your name, Marjorie. All your closets have backlog dreams.
One thing I do love about this song is how it approaches grief and death from the perspective of simply reliving the memories with that person and keeping them alive even though they aren't actually. And in this song, she doesn't just sing about that, she literally does that by including a moment of Marjorie singing in the final chorus, and that part honestly makes me tear up every time because of how beautiful it is.
It's a love story, baby, just say yes.
I feel like with Taylor's most popular songs, they're always kind of polarizing among fans, but Love Story is something I think everyone has recognized as a masterpiece and as one of her best love songs. This is one of those, I think, timeless songs that will be played and continued to be heard generations from now. I don't know, maybe that's just me being obsessive, but I will be playing this for my grandkids.
But there was happiness because of you.
Has anyone else felt like this song kind of parallels Seven from Folklore? Mainly the lyrics about the trees, which both songs start with. It feels like she's establishing a setting and happiness that's above her younger self in the trees, now grown up, looking down on the trees. I don't know. I just think it ties nicely into the song because the whole song is about trying to be mature when moving on from a hard breakup and still having that anger, that resentment, but knowing at the end of the day, the mature thing to do is to move on in good faith and know that there was happiness in the relationship, but there'll be happiness again. And you can also really feel the heart in Taylor's vocal delivery here.
I hate it here, so I will go to lunar valleys in my mind.
I gave a very long defense of this song in my Tortured Poets Department analysis video, and by very long, I mean like 3 minutes. But anyways, here's the highlights of that real quick. This song is a treatise on escapism and being a gifted child. The lyrics tell that story so beautifully. I feel like I can relate to it immensely. The production is absolutely gorgeous and makes me feel like I'm in a romantic movie. I just adore this song so much. I understand if you don't like it, but it's up here.
You're on your own, kid. You can face this.
This song has arguably one of her best bridges ever, especially the way that the production ramps up the energy after the second chorus into the bridge, then into the outro, where the production really just lets loose, and it's so dramatic, it's so beautiful. If time travel is ever invented, the first thing I'm doing is going back to May of 2018 and seeing the Reputation tour. I was just starting to really get into Taylor when this tour happened, and I regret missing it every day. And the performance of this song is one of many reasons. Outside of that, of course, this song is so powerful, like, holy shit, she did not hold back with the anger, the vengeance, the production, the high notes. Everything about this is why the Reputation era is so admired, why so many people consider it her best era, and why I consider it her best era and her best album. This was a tremendous comeback after everything she'd been through. She did not hold back. It's just so amazing. Y'all will say that I hate fun, and then hate on songs like this, which are literally the definition of fun. Like when I first heard this song, it just instantly clicked with me. And the silly lyrics make perfect sense because this song is literally about feeling so high school when you're with someone that you really like. So of course the lyrics are going to be referencing all these high school-esque things like video games and Fuck, Marry, Kill. It's really similar to Nonsense by Sabrina Carpenter when you think about it. Both songs intentionally employ these silly lyrics to convey that message that when you're with someone you like, nothing else matters. You feel young, you feel goofy. This is also one of the most fresh sounding songs on Tortured Poets Department. I really want her to go all out with this soft rock country sound. Like, I would not mind a whole album of this.
Here's a reason for the teardrops on my guitar.
This was easily my favorite on debut when I sat down to do this ranking, and the main reason is probably relatability. I mean, I've experienced being friend-zoned far more times than a real relationship, and I just love the way it plays up the drama of being friend-zoned. She's talking about teardrops on her guitar, she's talking about never being able to feel the same again. It's so dramatic, but I love it for that reason.
Texas, Florida, is one hell of a drug.
Who knew a song about Florida could be this good? This was my favorite on the Tortured Poets Department upon first listen, mainly because it stood out so much to me for its energy. Songs like this, which just have this infectious, loud energy to them, steal my heart, and this is 100% the case. I mean, the story is great and has this funny charm to it, but it's really that loud production in the chorus. Also, the back and forth in the bridge between Taylor and Florence is immaculate. In fact, there's 2 songs in the final tier that have this exact kind of back and forth between 2 artists in the bridge. If you can't tell, I absolutely love that with Taylor. Alright, the next 5 songs are the final no commentary moment of the video. I know we're really high in this list. I just felt like these songs are pretty self-explanatory. They're amazing, they tell great stories. This is Taylor at her best.
Say I didn't warn ya.
I still can't get over how genius this song is, the way she perfectly strikes the balance between satire and believability. Like when you think about it, this song is so obviously satirical, and yet you could also just interpret it as a real breakup song if you play into the temptress image that the media was making Taylor out to be, and it's just so brilliant in that way. I honestly feel like this song kind of represents Taylor Swift's pop side so perfectly. I do have other pop songs ranked higher, but to me this really just feels like the quintessential Taylor Swift pop song. It's so representative of her in this genre.
About if they can redo the prophecy.
I genuinely think The Prophecy is the most depressing song in her entire discography. She very cleverly hides this behind a bunch of metaphors, but really this song is one giant cry for help. She's literally saying she has zero hope for her future and believes she is destined to be alone forever. It's so depressing. But that's also kind of why I love it. The metaphors are brilliant, the production is so beautiful and emotional. It just makes me feel so sad every time I listen to it.
You were tossing me the car keys, the patriarchy, keychain on the ground.
So I did say at the start of the video that I would be ranking the 10-minute version and the original All Too Well separately. So you might be wondering if I forgot about All Too Well 5-minute version since it hasn't come up yet. No, I didn't forget about it. It's still coming. No, it's not the next song right after this one. It'll be a while. Yes, I prefer the original All Too Well over the 10-minute version. And really, my main issue with the 10-minute version stems from the last 3 minutes. They feel kinda forced into the song and don't fit the rest of the vibe as naturally as I would have hoped for. And don't get me wrong, it's amazing. It's so well written, it's so beautifully sung and told, and ultimately the magic of All Too Well that makes that one of my all-time favorite songs is still obviously present in this song. I mean, this ranking is not anything to scoff at, but those last 3 minutes do feel a little more folklore than Red, if I'm being honest, so it kind of just comes out of nowhere. Outside of that, there's also some differences in how the 10-minute version and the original are produced. The original being a little more country and guitar based, with usually just one lead vocal line or a male vocalist doing backing vocals, whereas the 10-minute version is more poppy with more backing vocals from Taylor herself. I mean, this is really just a personal preference thing, like these are minor differences. I just find the country sound a little more impactful and like Red, you know? It's hard to explain. I sat on this for a very long time trying to figure out which version I prefer, but this just felt right to me. I know that everyone says the 10-minute version is way outdone the original now and that people skip the original All Too Well now, but I personally will just never understand that. And I'm trying to pick out my reasons for that because I know y'all are gonna come for me for this. This is still obviously one of her best songs. It's still ranked really high. I still love every moment of it, but yes, this is where it ended up. We good? Can we move on? As I said when talking about the acoustic version, State of Grace is such an emotional roller coaster of a song in the best way possible. Not only is it such a powerful opener to Red, but it's just such a profound statement on love and relationships entirely. It's the more pessimistic side of Begin Again, saying that love is this endless cycle of falling in love and breaking up, and it's just a game that you have to play right. The production on this is also so energetic. I have an absolute blast with it every time. This right here is the magic of Red. The emotion is at the forefront of everything in this album, through the raw vocals, through the heartfelt emotion in the lyrics, and through this really energetic, loud, in-your-face production, which I just love. Alright, we have finally made it to the top tier. This tier is really just an extension of the previous tier, but these songs exceed being masterpieces to me and enter a new realm of greatness, if that makes any sense. They hold a special place in my heart. They likely at some point were my favorite Taylor song, or at least an obsession for a while. There's no real defining trait of all these songs. They're just really, really special to me. And thus, this tier is called I Never Needed Anything More. One of my favorite things about this song is the anti-drop style of the chorus. This is actually a style Taylor has done quite a few times, and a lot of those times have ended up being my favorite songs of hers because I think it really emphasizes the storytelling of the song. Here, the energy is on the verses as they lay out this entire timeline of a relationship from start to finish, while the choruses strip it all back to this moment when they see each other again way after the relationship is over, way after that story from the verses, and all they see and feel is that holy ground between them. And honestly, this outro is one of my favorites of hers, the way the vocals just swell, and I love the lyrics here. In fact, another song that utilizes the anti-drop chorus really well.
Gave you too much, but it wasn't enough. I'll be alright, it's just 1,000 cuts.
This song probably has the best piano of any of her songs. That piano part alone is like a 13 out of 10. Along with, of course, one of her best bridges ever, which is also a 13 out of 10. That bridge just hits different. I will just never get tired of listening to this song. It's just so good.
I vowed not to fight anymore if we survived the Great War.
This song is commonly recognized as one of her best, and I just wanted to emphasize one of my favorite things about it, which is the titular metaphor. The Great War is what World War I was called at first, because no one thought such a huge, devastating worldwide war like that could ever happen again. Until it did. It's such a fitting metaphor here because the whole song is devoted to this imagery of war and making it through the war successfully. But there's this lingering sense from the title alone that it's not really over. And the line "somewhere in the haze got a sense I'd been betrayed," referencing Lavender Haze, which opens the main album, whereas this opens the 3am tracks. The nuance of this song is just so brilliant. If we were ranking purely based on songwriting, this would probably be top 5.
It was legendary. Was momentary.
I said how The Prophecy is her most depressing song. Well, I think LOML is her hardest hitting song. The difference being that while The Prophecy takes its time to spell out the whole story to you, this song just hits you with these heart-wrenching lines one after the other. And this song especially took me a number of listens before I really felt it. If I did this ranking when Torture Poets Department first came out, this would probably rank a lot lower, like in the middle of the list. But one day, I don't know, I just listened to the lyrics and everything clicked for me. This immediately became a favorite for me because of how truly devastating it is. I'll just put in the whole bridge here if you don't get it. This is one of my favorite bridges of hers. It's just insane how in a few lines she spelled out the entire tragedy of this relationship.
My reputation's never been worse, so you must like me for me.
If Reputation was an essay, this song right here would be the thesis. My reputation's never been worse, so he must like me for me, is literally the main idea of the entire album. And this song so beautifully spells that out and manages to be vulnerable and heartfelt while maintaining the energy and electric production of the rest of the album. I have a very vivid memory of driving one day with my dad, and I had just lost at a competition that I had worked really hard for, so I was quite sad, and this song came on my playlist, and when that guitar came in the bridge, I genuinely almost broke down in tears right there. Again, everything I said that I love about Red earlier applies to this song as well, and this really feels like the climax of the whole album, where the anticipation and anxiety of this relationship finally reaches its breaking point, and Taylor finally says, "This is it. This is the last time." Yes, Taylor wrote an entire song telling everyone to shut the hell up about her dating Maddie Healy. This is still one of my all-time favorite Taylor songs. This feels like a more unhinged version of Love Story, which is probably the better love song, but I don't know, I just have such a great time with this one. And I really think it's the combination of country and synth that I talked about with Fresh Out the Slammer that really sells this song. Everyone jokes that Fearless era Taylor is probably the scariest Taylor has been, but that didn't come from nowhere, and this song is really the star of that. This song might just be the angriest in her entire discography, aside from like The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived and maybe a couple others, but I absolutely love the anger and emotion in this song. Unfortunately, it is the original version that showcases that emotion a bit better, but even on Taylor's version, you can feel the heart of the lyrics, the production is just so energetic. It's a simple story, but effective. You said we'd be forever, then you ended it. What the fuck, dude? That's this whole song, and it works so well.
'Cause he was sunshine, I was midnight rain. He wanted it comfortable, I wanted that pain.
Yes, I know all the common complaints about it. The production is slow, it would have been better acoustic. She kind of sounds like James Charles. Yes, I've heard it all before, but I don't care. This was my favorite on the main Midnights tracklist when I first listened, and it still is. This is another super powerful usage of the anti-drop chorus, because those verses just come at you like a train, the way all these memories of a relationship can come rushing back to you in the middle of the night when you suddenly remember this random guy you dumped a long time ago. Again, I was in love with the Midnights concept when she first announced it, and that's probably the main reason I love this song so much, is because this is the most Midnightsy in that regard. It's literally about the things that keep you up in the middle of the night.
I never thought we'd ever last kiss.
I wanted to release this video on July 9th in honor of this song, but I unfortunately did not have it ready by then. Anyways, yeah, this song is a perfect ballad. The storytelling is some of her best, again, just laying out an entire relationship from start to finish. I love how the verses just revel in all these good things that she once held so dear to heart, and then the way at the end she cuts herself off, signifying how she herself doesn't feel closure, she's still waiting for that last kiss. The shaky breath, oh, just kill me now.
We never go out of style. Take me out.
Like I said, I do think Blank Space is the quintessential Taylor Swift pop song because the lyrics of that feel so uniquely Taylor Swift. Style, though, I think is her best, just like pure pop song, or it's at least my favorite. The whole appeal of this song is the production, it's the hook, and it's just done to perfection. I do have other pop songs ranked higher than this, but those I think appeal more to me because they're a little more dreamy, they're a little more nostalgic, which are qualities that are a little more up my alley, and they also have unique aspects that just make them more special to me. This is just a perfect pop song. I could never get enough of this song.
Wishing I stayed. Look at how my tears ricochet.
I've never recorded multiple studio albums just for them to be held hostage by a man who I once trusted so dearly, and yet I can still feel the sheer betrayal and longing within this song. If you aren't getting it by now, the best Taylor songs to me are those that tell stories in brilliant ways while also allowing you as a listener to feel the emotion and heart of the song as if it was your own. Even pure pop songs like Style, it's all about the immersion, it's all about taking you into the world of the song, and I think this is easily one of her best at that. I feel like I'm at this funeral that she is describing every time I listen to it.
I think I've seen this film before, so I'm leaving out the side door.
I think when Folklore first came out, people really strongly latched onto this song. Everyone loved it, everyone was obsessed with it, and then over time we were like, maybe we should make sure the other songs on Folklore get their flowers too. And now people talk a lot about Illicit Affairs and August and Mirrorball, and those are all incredible songs. I love them all, as I've talked about, but I think people forgot where it all started. Exile is still very much that song to me. Of course, I could go on and on about how amazing this duet is, the way that Bon Iver and Taylor Swift bounce back and forth off each other and play both sides of this relationship. This is collaboration at its best. And more than that, the way the production and emotion of the song just builds through and through, it never slows down, it just keeps giving until the very end, until the last breath of the song. This song is honestly kinda underrated in my opinion. It's one of the best concepts for a song I think she's ever done because it's so reflective and raw. She's looking back on her own history, 20 years as she says, of darkness, but she's finally found the light at the end of the tunnel. This whole song is literally just that phrase, the light at the end of the tunnel, manifested into a song. And the production on this song literally feels like daylight shining down on you. It's uplifting, it's dreamy, it's just so perfect. I also love the contrast this poses with Midnight Rain, where here she says she doesn't want to be defined by the things that haunt her in the middle of the night. Meanwhile, Midnight Rain is literally about those things.
And when I felt like I was an old cardigan under someone's bed.
Y'all might be confused to see this as number one on Folklore, but this song, in my opinion, is the epitome of Folklore. It's perfect storytelling and it captures the magic of that album. The reason is that this song never really spells out the main idea or message. It just sticks to these metaphors and motifs and makes you figure it out. She doesn't say, "You chose to leave me when the time was right for you." She says, "Stepping on the last train." She doesn't say, "You made me feel special and then betrayed me." She says, "You drew stars around my scars, but now I'm bleeding." And you can do this for really any line in the song. I also love the "when you are young, they assume you know nothing" through line. It turns this from just a story about loss and regret to a story of betrayal, both hinting how Betty knew this was coming all along, while also putting the blame on James. This is just such a great song.
Shining like fireworks over your side empty town.
This entire song is absolutely incredible. I love every second of it, but the bridge is really for me where it all comes together and you can feel the emotion and betrayal of the whole thing. And the line "I'm shining like fireworks over your sad empty town" might be my favorite lyric of hers altogether. I don't know why, there's just something so immensely powerful about the line and the way she sings it in this song. Into the big bells where she's just screaming essentially about this relationship. It's so good.
Fancy shit and watch you tolerate it.
I remember when I first listened to Evermore, I literally just sat down on my computer and let all the lyric videos play through one by one. And I remember I had to pause once this song was over and just sit with it for a second because the whole thing just took me by storm. And that's still the case even when I listen to it now. This is why I personally prefer Evermore ever so slightly over Folklore. Songs like this have this intensity to it that make them so emotional, so raw and heartfelt. It's just absolutely breathtaking to me. Yes, that's right, Cruel Summer is all the way up here, and no, I will not apologize. I don't trust y'all who, after this became a single and started getting played everywhere, were like, guys, I think Cruel Summer is a little bit overhyped now. Back when Lover came out, everyone said this should have been the lead single, this is the best song on the album, etc, etc. Don't switch up just because this song is popular now. That doesn't change the fact that this is still a tremendous song. And honestly, it was kind of a test for me too, because yeah, this song has been literally everywhere for like the last year, but I still want to listen to this song on repeat. I still cannot get enough of this song. It's just that good. The production on this song just has this otherworldly quality to it. Again, those pulsating beats, that dreaminess, that nostalgia just really speaks to my soul. It also has a really gorgeous message to it. Similar to Slut, it's about the nuances of romance, being so in love with someone that it hurts, that it's cruel.
Coulda, shoulda. If I'd only played it safe, I would've stayed up.
Living for the thrill of hitting you where it hurts. Give me back my girlhood. It was mine first. That might be the best couplet she has ever written. That line really spells out the tragedy of this song. She wishes she could move on from this and have this person be just another guy who wronged her, but she knows deep down that this really messed her up in a way she can't ever fix. I Regret You All the Time is so immensely powerful in that regard as well, and the delivery on this song just sells it. This is Midnight's at its finest. It's vulnerable, dark, regretful, anxious, everything that encapsulates the Midnight's concept, the kind of writing that I just love so much from Taylor.
In the middle of the night, in my dreams.
I know for sure a lot of y'all just went, huh? Ready for It? Seriously? But others of you know exactly what I'm on. Everyone knows Ready for It as the badass intro to Reputation and the tour opener, but no one really appreciates the song for just being a really good fucking song. It perfectly meshes the darker, vengeful, electric side of the album with the softer, intimate, romantic side, both through the lyrics and the production. The verses are loud and fast, spelling out all these things about her past lovers, her reputation as this robber who steals people's hearts, and then it mellows down into this chorus that says, screw all that, I dream of you, and I want you, and nothing else matters, we're going to be together. And then we get the titular line to segue back into the loud, fast verses, going back to her reputation and her past and all these things. And then the way the final chorus just combines everything with this amazing loud production, the ad-libs. I'm pretty sure this is my most played Taylor Swift song ever, just because it's so fun to listen to, and I will never stop defending this song. So I already talked at length about All Too Well with the 10-minute version, and I feel like I now have to justify this song being up here even though for the longest time everyone considered this her magnum opus, no questions asked. Let me reiterate though again the things that make this song so magical. The storytelling is intricate and so carefully chosen, and the tragedy of the song is not spelled out to you, but instead shown through all these little stories of their time together. The scarf, driving down the road, the refrigerator, everything shows how much this relationship still haunts her, how she can never forget it. And then we get the bridge that just hits you in the gut with the heartbreaking lyrics, the loud vocals, until finally wrapping up the whole story. And what really sells this song in particular to me is the emotion. You can really hear the emotion in her vocals, and that is especially the case on the original version of this song, which is largely how I've known this song. I do think another reason it ranked up here is for that nostalgia. For a long time, I have considered this one of my all-time favorites, and even after the 10-minute version released, this still kind of topped it out for me. This will always be one of her best pieces of work.
And I hope it's shitty in the black dog when someone plays the starting line.
Pretty much everything I just said about All Too Well applies here, but I think I like this one a tiny bit more because it's more relatable to me personally, and it's made me cry multiple times. That build during the bridge into the final chorus where she herself starts screaming and tries to kill off her old habits, but then we get the final line where she literally breaks down on the microphone. Are you kidding? This is one of the best power ballads ever created. She did the thing with this song. Wildest Dreams to me is like the Cinnamon Girl of Taylor's discography. If you watched my Lana ranking video, you'll know that Cinnamon Girl is not just my favorite Lana Del Rey song, but also the song that got me into Lana Del Rey. And Wildest Dreams is kind of similar because Wildest Dreams is the first Taylor song that I ever heard and was like, oh wait, that's kind of good. Now keep in mind I was like 10, so it wasn't me like critically analyzing the song or anything. But it just had this vibe to me that I really liked back then. And then when Taylor's version came out as its own single, that really reignited my love for this song. Really what sells this song is the production more than anything else. I've talked a lot about all these songs at the top of the list having these really amazing stories, this intricate songwriting. And don't get me wrong, Wildest Dreams has a great story too, but that's not really the highlight of the song. To me, it's the production, it's the synth, it's the nostalgia, it's the dreaminess. It's Taylor's heartbeat being the drums of this song. It's the amazing harmonies and vocal layering in the choruses. It's the way the song builds from each part to the next. I put this song on and I'm immediately caught into a trance. It's just that beautiful. And speaking of Lana Del Rey, this song is one of the main reasons I checked out Lana, because so many people were comparing the dreamy, nostalgic vibes of this song to Lana's discography, and lo and behold, Lana is now one of my favorite artists, so I guess I have this song to thank. Now, before I reveal the number one song, I want to play a little clip taken straight out of my own camera roll that contains probably one of the most joyous moments of my entire life.
We love this song, and I hope I can, you know, somewhat do it justice. This is called Right Where You Are.
Friends break up, friends get married, strangers get born, strangers get buried.
That's right, not only did I get my favorite song as my surprise song on the Eras Tour, but I also was told personally by Taylor Swift herself that I am the best and that I deserve a pat on the back, because she said when introducing this song that if you can get all the lyrics right and sing this entirely through without mistakes, then you get a pat on the back. And I know every single lyric to the song like the back of my hand. It's hard to give an exact reason why this song happened to beat everything else out on the list, but I am just entirely obsessed with this song. Honestly, just take all the amazing things I've said about all the songs in this tier and just put all those things together. Her writing, her storytelling, her production, her vocal delivery, all those things just manifested so beautifully on this song, and I don't know, it just speaks to me in a way that's hard to explain. This is my number one, and this is proof that fate is real, because Santa Clara Night 1 got this as their surprise song, and then Night 2 got Stay, 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 which, if you remember, is my least favorite Taylor song. So all I'll say is I guess we got kind of lucky with our tickets. Okay, we did it. That's the entire list. But wait, don't go yet. Oh, I don't actually have anything else to say. I just wanted to see if that worked. See what I did there? A little bait and switch. A little "but daddy, I love him" moment. No, but seriously, if you made it all the way to the end, thank you so much for being here on this journey. This genuinely was very difficult to make, but I've been wanting to do it for a while, and I'm so glad it's done. It's out there. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. It really does mean a lot. And let me know what you thought and what other artists you might want to see me talk about. That's all for this one. Bye!
Calme-toi, s'il te plaît.